150,000 coins, which is worth about $15. And what they did is they so that thing was like doing this thing called Game Kit.
What? Wait, I can't hear. What?
Oh god, that just puts everything into perspective when you said that.
Okay, you could have been doing this while me and Scott were having our conversation.
Shut up. Shut up. Okay, welcome to Lobster Magnet and Friends. We've been here for a long time. We surpassed 100 subscribers, then lost one and went to 99. And you know what? For all of you stuck around, it's great, because I have been horribly abusive, because wrangling these motherfuckers to talk about a little anime and manga is quite the endeavor, and I only have so much emotional thing to devote towards it. You know, I'm going to try it. I got big plans. I always have big goddamn plans. But you know what? This is a very special review. These guys...
I mean, honestly, if you would do this more often, I'd show up more often. Well, I guess the key is just to make you as angry as possible before I show up to these. Bright. Because that is always just the key to my heart. So what the fuck is... You have a giant Band-Aid on your face. Did you cut yourself shaving?
Yeah,
Goro wanted to be pledged that he was going to become king of the pirates, so he cut himself to show how committed he was.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You got the location wrong. You if you're gonna do it, just right fucking here, dude. Just right here.
It's definitely not a giant zit that I popped earlier today. So
of course, it's something much more badass.
You didn't actually have to say that since we're live. You could have just said, yes, I cut myself shaving. And then no one would have known.
So anyway, we're back because something I've wanted for a very long time, something I've wanted for ages, is good old Zavul here to read Hunter x Hunter. And he has read most of it. So me and Goro have been waiting for ages to talk about Hunter x Hunter, and we're going to do this arc by arc. There's a little dissection of each arc as we prod and poke his opinions, because we are so excited. He's like halfway through the Dark Continent that we've been dying, because, you know, Hunter x Hunter is one of our favorite things to talk about.
But first, let's talk about how I have been dragging Isaac kicking and screaming through Homestuck.
Yeah.
You've been reading that? Oh my god. Finally.
This is the best deal I have ever made. I got to read Hunter x Hunter, something I already wanted to read. And Isaac has been working his way through Homestuck.
Yes, we're going to have to renegotiate soon, though, because I've gone through like 2.5 acts of Homestuck, and you got to finish your Hunter x Hunter. I'll give you a little bit of Act 5 as like a leeway, since Act 5 is like really long. Fine. And then for the rest of Act 5, I want all of Uber. I need someone to talk about Uber. I'm dying here. There's like 4 issues and it's taking forever. I need someone to read Uber.
Fine. Once I finish Hunter x Hunter, I will start on Uber while we do the rest of Homestuck.
Yeah. All right.
Which I assume, since you have not rage quit like I rage quit Gotham, that you might not hate it as much as you keep professing.
Scott, didn't you got monetary compensation for watching Gotham?
Yes, and it was absolutely fucking terrible. Anyone who likes that show should go right to hell. It is the worst fucking shit I have ever... Okay, not the worst fucking shit. I mean, I have seen The Room, but it is bad. It is real fucking bad, okay? It's so bad that they went from standard penitentiary, like, orange jumpsuits, trying to be realistic, to the, what the fuck, are we actually going with the 1940s style striped prison jumpsuit, commingling male and female, I guess, members of... God, what is it? Did they actually send them to Arkham? I don't remember. I blocked most of that out. I thought that was Blackgate.
It went back and forth.
Anyway, so I guess they like managed to dig out a box of these things that have been missing for the last 60 or 70 fucking years. and use those. Look, it was fucking terrible. It was so bad. And I got like 3 PlayStation 4 controllers and a box of Magic cards out of that shit. Okay, that was fucking lucrative as shit, and it was still awful. I hated it so much. Like, the first few episodes was like, okay, this is C+ programming. This isn't bad. And then it just took a downhill turn.
Did you at least finish season 1?
Yeah, he saw.
Oh God, Jesus Christ! I got so far into it, and Isaac just like I was literally like hate watching this because he was paying me to do it. Isaac actually ran out of steam because he was so tired of paying me, but I was so angry about it. For those of you who have not watched those videos, I highly suggest you go back and watch them because you get to watch me be just increasingly baffled and angry about the state of this thing that I am being paid to sit through.
The best part was your reaction to the Fish Mooney plot and how she like stomps the eye because that's somehow going to show her that she's evil as opposed to just like leading the people to like attack the guards.
That. All right.
So, all right. Let's get to Hunter x Hunter land. So first, Zabel, tell me about what you thought about the Hunter exam arc.
Oh, God. I mean, that was kind of a chore to get through, to be frank. It is just like piss poor, generic shonen crap. It's like anything you have to go through. Luffy wants to be Pirate King, so he fights some jackass with an axe for a hand. Naruto wants to be, I guess, Ninja King, so he has to fight some guy with no personality or staying qualities whatsoever. You didn't like
the Hunter exam?
No, it was really kind of boring. Like, I sat through it because Isaac kept promising me better. Which honestly is how I feel like most shonen works. You sit through it because eventually everyone around you keeps telling you it will get better. And so you sort of just have to give yourself up and trust their judgment until eventually you get that promise or you start screaming at them like Isaac was at the beginning of this video.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. Well, here's a good question, though. Like, I don't know.
Unless it's Black Clover, at which point you just ignore it and pretend it doesn't exist, because that is really the only way that your blood pressure doesn't go through the fucking roof.
So, Scott, you watched... Wait. Did you read through Black Clover?
He actually read a fair decent amount of it.
I actually read a large chunk of it because I kept waiting for anything to not suck. And it just kept not happening. It just kept being shit jokes and like panty shots and like really just fucking terrible juvenile humor, like worse than you normally get in fucking Shonen Jump shit. Worse than fucking Toei's weird fucking obsession with tits and ass in the One Piece adaptation. It was just bad. It was so bad. It was so fucking bad. But we're getting off track.
It's still all right. So, but like, there's definitely a lot of that because you had that stupid laxative joke where it's like, I'm the evil rookie crusher and I'm going to give you laxatives. You're gonna shit your pants, which is like very juvenile.
Was that in the anime too?
Yes. Wait.
He didn't watch the anime. He just read the manga.
I actually did watch the anime a few years ago.
Was it the 2011 or the 1999?
2011. It was the 2011.
2011, I still think is a great adaptation.
It was. It was actually pretty good. I got most of the way through the rookie arc, the Hunter exam. I think that's actually where I left off.
I don't blame you if you left off. The Hunter exam is like Togashi kind of like, giving bog standard shonen before he decides to go off into frickin' Crazy Town. But it's like. But well, here's my question though: did you like the like little? Because some people say, "Oh, I love the Hunter exam because you got the character writing of Kurapika and Gon and Killua and Leorio, and you got to establish their friendship, yada yada, set up those dynamics." Or do you just think it was like so bog standard that like it because it really is?
It was really just boilerplate. to be honest. It was really, really boilerplate standard shit. And I mean, again, this keeps coming up. I would rather be listening or watching any other character in this series except Gon. And that's going to come up over and over and over again. I cannot stress this enough. Gon is the most boring motherfucker I think I've ever seen. I would rather be watching anyone. Anytime someone else gets screen time, I am just fucking thrilled. And I mean, again, I'm going to skip a whole bunch of shit. The fact that he's not in this current arc is just fantastic. I'm so excited right now. You have no fucking clue how fucking excited I am right now.
So, Scott, you bring up an interesting point with Gon, and I've argued this with Isaac before, Lobster.
We are so terrible at like using our fucking pseudonyms.
Sorry,
like I don't care. I'm not hiding, but I would like some consistency.
My bad. All right. But
Isaac Lobster Isaac.
My legions of fans are gonna come starting to dox me. Oh no, what am I going to do? I'm gonna have to show bath
Someone
water.
please show up at Isaac's house with a cake.
Well,
just a big fucking cake, preferably with like a fucking hand in it, Homestuck style.
God, has that happened yet? Have I seen that?
Yes, it was in the first fucking act, you son of a bitch.
John Egbert.
Yes,
he had a hand or some other crazy shit stuck in his cake.
Arms and put them in his cake, in his birthday cake.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ! Fuck off! God fucking damn it!
There's a lot in Homestuck. Well, anyway,
yeah,
back to Gon.
Yeah, please try and defend the most boring anime protagonist ever.
So, I was making this point with Lobster before about Gon. I think it's basically a giant deconstruction of the shonen protagonist.
I completely disagree with that, and I almost want to save these points of discussion for the Chimera Ant arc, but make your case. Why is Gon a deconstruction of the shonen protagonist?
Well, we're dealing with like a Hunter x Hunter world, right? Basically, he tries to find the nuance and the details and everything of how the whole world works. Like, he's created this whole mafia universe and the whole Nen system. And then he goes on like all these different tangents of like, how the government works and the NGL, Chimera Ant arc and everything like that. And how does like a shonen protagonist like fit within that? So that's it's kind of interesting because Gon is like the stereotypical shonen like main character, right? So it's sort of like don't press that. So it's sort of like maybe just deconstruction isn't the right word I'm looking for. What do you guys think I'm trying to argue here?
I have no idea what you're going with that rant. You were just like talking about how everything's.
Look, I kind of get what you're talking about.
Everything else is like not very standard, and Gon is like a standard protagonist being put through these like very tasking storytelling arcs.
So
and everything
idea is that like I think I remember this argument before, that because Gon is so plain and boring, the deconstructive aspect is like what happens when you put this character who can like I really don't want to like jump from arc to arc, but like how does like a typical shonen character react in a world where there's consequences, where friends die and bad shit happens, and you get a little bit of that in the Chimera Ant arc, but you don't get that anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of the problem, is that is really the first time that kind of, Jesus Christ, that is an amazing mug.
Thank you.
I'm actually kind of jealous now. I want that mug.
Hey, where did we get this mug?
Bloomingdale's.
Jesus,
Barrel
okay.
and red.
But
Honestly, mine.
But yeah, I mean, I can kind of see where Greg is coming from. But my problem is
Oh, very, very cute.
We got 2 matching mugs here.
that is cute. Okay, but my problem is that doesn't make him any more interesting to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that would have been fun for a one-off, or that might have been fun if I... That might have been fun for a background character, or for somebody that isn't just constantly there and constantly demanding your attention and constantly being the most boring human being ever. Which I guess might have been the point, but if that's so, then this is the most avant-garde fucking art project I have ever seen. Because holy shit, he just trucks it out for like 300. Okay, so I
go
mean,
on.
are we referring to the mangaka, or are we referring to Gon as the driven individual here?
The mangaka. Oh, Gon. I mean,
Okay.
basically Gon. He's very driven and focused on finding his father.
Well, yeah, I know that, but that doesn't make him less boring as fuck. All right. So, Jesus Christ! Every time I fucking say that.
Love.
Anyway, okay. So first arc. First arc is so first arc thoughts. Boilerplate standard, boring as shit.
Boring exam arc. The most.
Yeah.
But it does get more interesting. All right, let's hit that second arc.
All right. So
Right.
if you had to give a rating of what would you give the first arc? If you had to give a rating,
5 out of 10.
that's fair.
I mean,
Did any of the elements like Hisoka make it more interesting for you?
God, he's like the only person that made it interesting. But even then, at that point in time, he just felt like your standard, disturbingly sexually interested in the minor. It just felt like Orochimaru.
What about the Tonka character? How underhanded he was and how like useless he was on the first glance, but he was like
no, he just wasn't interesting. I guess because the arc was so standard and kind of boring, we hadn't really gotten to any of the nuance of the Hunter x Hunter universe yet. That I guess any of the villains just really weren't that interesting yet.
Yeah. That's fair.
Okay, so next arc we have what I like to call the Playdate arc, which is let's all go get Killua to come out and play. So this is a little bit more interesting, but it's not my favorite arc by any means.
Yeah, I'm gonna, I guess, spoiler and go ahead and give that a 7 out of 10. That was more interesting. It was
really?
It was already a jump in quality just because you take the usual shonen rival, and rather than the miserable trek through the like, will they be my friend, won't they be my friend bullshit, it's just goes, fuck it, friend time, and then just goes up and is like, what up? Can Killa come out and play? He's like, I don't know. I mean, we're a clan of assassins. What the fuck are you doing here? And just like, I don't know, being a normal kid. And he's like, fuck. I guess he wants to be a normal kid too. Awesome.
Well, there you also got the interesting dynamics of the the Zoldyck family, and that's.
Oh Jesus Christ! And now I'm trying to remember their name.
They had there's Illumi, the big brother, who I don't understand why they all expect Killua to be like the greatest thing ever when Illumi seems like he's doing a pretty good job of being a master assassin. like what? Because he looks like the father, and Illumi is this like androgynous weird thing who has nothing better to do than like stalk his younger brother.
Look. Okay, remember, Killa's how old?
Like, I don't know, 11.
Yeah. So, I mean, the fact that he completed the Hunter exam and is currently just tearing shit up all over the place with Nen, that's a pretty good indication that he's awesome.
Yeah, but the whole idea is that Killua
Killua doesn't know Nen yet.
At that point, he didn't.
Well, no, but I mean, the fact that he learned it so quickly later, I guess we're jumping all over the place. But more importantly, let's talk about the otaku.
Everyone's favorite Zoldyck. The most useless one who wants to, who just sits around with his fucking...
Was it Miluki?
Yeah,
something like that?
Miluki, I think you're right, yeah.
Is just... Holy shit. I mean... Holy shit.
He just loves
he just feels like Togashi's commentary on his entire fan base. And I just love him for that. Just for the balls to just go, okay, look. I don't know what the fuck you guys do with your life. I mean, given you have to understand, there are pictures of me floating around the internet where I just live in like a trash cave with my fucking Super Nintendo. But you guys need to stop. Just please go outside, maybe exercise, and maybe talk to someone, and please stop buying the figures. It's getting creepy, and or at the very least, just wash them when you're done.
I just find it very fascinating that Togashi will take this like highly successful assassin family and just like randomly put in this character. Maybe he's not that random, but it's like they put in this.
No,
like,
again, the Zoldyck family, the father makes sense, the grandfather makes sense. The
and then you have like this button-up khaki pants wearing motherfucker. And I just I want to know what the fuck the rest of the family thinks of him. It's just like,
yeah.
Oh, it's time to call it's fucking time to call Miyuki or Miluki for dinner. Do we have to? Going into his room makes me deeply uncomfortable. Does anyone want to go get him? No.
It adds a really interesting.
Yeah, but he has all these packages here. He can come out of his room and get them. I don't want to know what's in them. Yeah, but we're assassin families. We've killed, tortured, murdered. I don't care. If I have to see another one of those disturbing life-size fucking real doll anime figures, I'm going to kill myself and possibly my own child.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Kill is displaying normal child tendencies. Oh, sweet Jesus. I thought it was it. I thought this was it after we had the guy who sticks himself with needles and the guy who just locks himself in his room and just jerks it to anime figures all fucking day. Oh, thank God our third child is normal.
Yeah, I feel like it would actually be kind of boring if it was a super perfect assassin family. The fact that they have one bad egg in there kind of makes that dynamic a little bit more.
I mean, one bag egg. I feel like the entire family except maybe Zeno is just completely fucked up. It's I feel like that.
Zeno
I feel like
is
that's
the father, right?
Yeah, I feel like that's why Zeno just okay, look, you want to get out of here for a while. I completely understand. I would be fucking out of here, but I mean, technically, I have obligations, and I do have this bitchin' mansion, so
that's why
I'm kind of stuck here. But if you want to get the fuck out while the getting's good, I get it.
That's why I stand around in my HR geeker room.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just spend all day in the HR geeker room because I don't want to deal with the other parenting shit.
Look. Okay, I tried parenting once, and it did not go well. I'm honestly baffled that you were as normal as you are. Apparently you like skateboarding and yo-yos, and I haven't seen a hint of you just diving down the internet sex rabbit hole like your fucking brother, or jamming needles into your face, or any of that shit, or just constantly wrapping yourself in bandages, which incidentally your mother didn't do when I first married her, but I guess this is where we are in my life. constant cosmetic surgery. So, look, if you want to just get the fuck out, cool. Just don't fuck up your friends, because otherwise you end up with this shit.
Yeah, the Zoldyck family is like a great example of like Togashi like stretching his legs and like just doing something a little bit more unconventional, where he's like, you know, all right, I gave you what you want, and now it's time for me to do me.
Yeah.
All right, so now,
like going from like standard shonen tournament to like I just want to show you this really weird fucked up family.
Well, I'm going to give you like let's go out and have a playdate arc, but I'm going to give you the most weirdest fucking family ever.
Yeah. All right. So that's arc 2. That's arc 2.
So let's
We
go
got
to
7 out of
Heaven's
10.
Arena, the great tournament arc.
Oh god, this drops back to like a 6.
Really? I thought you would have loved the Nen system and all the training and the Ten and the Retsu.
Honestly, if they had just given me the Nen system, I mean that was really cool. I really did like the Nen system, but the fact that they presented it in a really basic bitch boring tournament arc, after we kind of got a glimpse of how like what kind of weird shit we can expect. I mean, it felt like a step backward. It felt like maybe the editors were like, okay, look, we kind of let you have your fun, but for fuck's sake, can you throw us a tournament arc, please? Please, every fucking good shonen adventure needs a tournament arc, and not that bullshit you pulled with the Hunter exam. Can you please give me a real tournament arc?
Well, I'm surprised you're so critical, because I loved all the exposition about Nen. I love how he builds this system that's like vague enough that he can build any superpower before he goes crazy with it. But you know, before he goes batshit insane. But
I did like Nen. I really did like Nen.
The one thing, though, I will say, like, you know, I didn't like about the Heaven's Arena is I thought the enemies that Gon and Killua went up against were kind of terrible.
That was honestly my big problem with the arc. That's why I said generic tournament arc, because everybody in the arc was just boring.
You had Dreidel Tabletop Man of Death, Wheelchair Man with electric whips, and like, you know, and then there was like the Lion guy who had like, you know, used the incredible lion powers to like, you know, fight Hisoka. That was a more interesting fight.
It was.
Like, all the Hisoka stuff was great, but all the stuff outside of it, like...
Yeah, honestly, that's when I started liking Hisoka, is when we started getting a little more information. And it became just painfully clear that he is just getting off on this 24/7, which is one of the most uncomfortable realizations I've ever had. It's just like, oh, great. No, that's not subtext anymore. That's, great. No, that... I mean, it was kind of subtext. Well, kind of subtext that Orochimaru was probably fucking Sasuke the entire time. For the entire time skip. Okay, great, but no, this is just 100% a thing. Oh, look, he's just staring at the underage children's ass. Oh, that is uncomfortable.
And the most famous swing. You know, the funniest thing is they either have a lamp or an action figure with a light up crotch.
I don't want to say I would buy that, but I would buy that.
Yeah, but
I just don't want anyone to know I would buy it, because I just want it because that is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard, and I have to have it.
It's almost as good as the, you know, Gon transformation action figure, which is like 4 feet long, and he just has the hair. There's like this great photoshopped image of Harry Potter, and he has that instead of a wand. Just Gon with like 4-foot Saiyan hair. But anyway, so Goro, do you have any defense in this arc, or do you agree with Zavul in terms of?
I have a little bit of defense for this arc. I like the fact that, you know, they don't outright win the whole tower.
I do appreciate
tournament
that.
tower thing.
Well, once they understand what's up there, then there's no adventure.
The main part of the arc was really like them to win a little bit of money in the tournament, and not to like fully achieve like, you know, the highest achievement of winning the whole thing, there's obviously more challenges ahead that are even like far more challenging, whatever. But like the journey, like leading up to it, like them learning then was really invaluable. And that I really appreciated during that arc. It's hard to not, for me to not like every single chapter of Hunter x Hunter though. At this point, after reading so much of it, now I look back at it too, and I'm just like, wow, this is great. Except maybe for like the very, very early chapters of them actually getting to the Hunter exam.
That was good old Adventure Time, which is what Tagashi's like at his worst when he's like writing generic stuff. He's always like at his best when he's going on whatever weird fucking tangent he wants into.
Yeah, all right. So
Exactly.
speaking of which,
York New
let's
City.
fucking. I was gonna say, let's fucking kick this shit into the first arc that I honestly, genuinely fucking enjoyed.
So, what do you think of York New City?
Finally, something that isn't generic and boring, something I can fucking sink my teeth into. I really like the like weird mafia style bullshitatorium. I honestly, anything with Kurapika and Leorio just kind of kicking around and doing whatever the or Kurapika, fucking goddamn it, Kurapika, just kicking around, do whatever the fuck they want. That's really here what I'm here for in this anime. It's just I wish they had a spin-off and Tagashi would just write that instead of anything to do with Gon ever
Technically,
again.
they do have a spin-off in the New World arc, or the what are we calling this arc now?
The Dark Continent.
Dark Continent arc.
I mean, I know, but like I just wish that was the manga. I just wish they were their own, like they like the meanwhiles were Gon and Killa rather than Kurapika and Leorio. I would be there for like these two with their weird fucking powers, like fucking around looking for stolen eyeballs, and Leorio being a mob doctor, and just like I would be fucking there for that in a second.
So I guess you enjoyed the whole arc, because like, what I always thought was interesting is how like Kurapika, like, you know, in some ways it's like very much like a Sasuke, ooh, he's going to become a Dark Avenger, and what Tagashi does really smartly is that like Kurapika, you know, becomes a Dark Avenger, but like he's still good-hearted, so he's like, you know, when he takes his bodyguard job, which is just a shill so he can get closer to the spiders, he still like really cares about being a good bodyguard and like taking his job seriously. Like, you know, I'm going undercover at McDonald's, but you know, I'm really committed to my role of being a good McDonald's employee while I'm undercover.
Yeah. I mean, I look, you can't, you still can't be an anti-hero and just let someone kill a baby. I mean, there are levels, okay? And the level at which you stop being an anti-hero and start being a straight-up villain is where you just someone asks you, "Can you save my baby?" and you just go, "Fuck it, that ain't my fucking problem." You can kill half the city saving that baby. You can stab people, murder people, Deadpool that shit. I don't give a fuck. But you save that fucking baby or you're not an anti-hero anymore. You're just a fucking villain.
That's a pretty good apt. But New York News is really fun where you just like go, you know, lets Gon and Klua go to fuck off town for the most part. They're just like side characters, and it's all the Kurapika show. And then you get introduced to the Phantom Troop, who are just like the hangout Akatsuki, where it's like, you know.
You're right. I do like the fact that they're just like, so what is your evil plan? What fucking evil plan? No, we just like pal around together and take jobs because it makes us money. And also, we're all awesome. So why the fuck wouldn't we all hang out together and make a shit ton of money?
And I love it how, like, Lucicrolo doesn't even bother to, like, give a unifying theme. They're just, like, all over the fucking place. There's no cloak. There's just a tattoo. And then we just all hang out, and we just love being part of the fucking
what up? I got this book. It's a really complicated bullshit, but I can steal your powers. Oh, and who's that person over there? She's got an evil vacuum. What? Look, okay, Nen really does not allow for any kind of cohesive bullshit. All right, so just accept the fact that our powers are weird and don't act too surprised when, like, a little bit later you see some guy with a fucking pipe and he beats the shit out of people with it, all right?
And you know, you got Mummy guy, you got Franklin guy, you got the Nobunaga samurai guy. There's like no cohesive, but it works together really well because they all enjoy being a part of the Phantom Troop. Like one part of like I love that fight between Uvagin, and Uvagin's like the most generic and kind of antagonist. He's probably the most uncreative. He's like a big strong guy who hits stuff really hard. But the fun thing about Uvagin is he just loves life and he loves being around the Phantom Trope so much. And I love that scene where he like kills the the mafia beasts.
Wait. And Zavil, so do you like Uvagin as a character? Can you imagine that's basically like an adult, like sort of evil version of Gon?
Yeah, I can kind of see that. I mean, I think that's part of why I like him. Is he's an adult evil version of Gon, which at least he has like some kind of shtick to go with, in that like Gon is pure of heart and he will never do something that is blah blah evil blah blah wankety wank bullshit. But Uvagin is just like, I don't fucking give a fuck. Look, these are my friends. It's awesome. I punched the shit out of thing. It's also awesome. The lack of the complete abandon, the moral abandon, aside from his friends, is just kind of what makes him interesting and fun, as opposed to Gon, which is the generic, boring shonen character constrained by the morals that your generic shonen hero has to have.
It's interesting. That, just an interesting point. Like I've seen some interesting videos where they argue that like, oh, Gon has an interesting morality because Gon is appreciative of the psycho killer guy who steals hair in the next arc, so that shows that Gon's like selfish. I always thought that those was kind of like bullshit to try and make him more interesting than he is, but generally, Gon's like just the nice guy who's nice to people who are nice.
Chimera Ant arc, example 1, where he threatens.
We'll get to the Chimera Ant arc. Let's keep this. I want to keep this focused.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that's a counterpoint to what Zavil just said about Gon being, goody two shoes person. He wanted to stop Pito from healing her, and Pito was like, "Please, I will fight you after I heal her." And Gon's like, "I'm losing my patience. I don't care about her life. I want to fight you."
Well, that was. I'd still say for the most of it, you don't really see that much in Gon. He's just kind of like a straight arrow.
And you can argue that that's when Gon loses kind of that shonen hero shiny goodness, is when he makes the series of decisions that leads to his eventual destruction. But I mean, I guess if you want to go with your interpretation that he's a deconstruction, I mean, when he stops being that is when he stops showing up, is when he loses all his powers. So I guess it's kind of the cutting Samson's hair bullshit. Literally in this case, since there's so much hair.
Good point.
But anyway, let's get back to...
I still have to watch that series. The whole series.
So anyway, let's get back to the awesome shit.
Yes.
Melody is fucking awesome.
Yes, she is.
I since I watched the anime and I'm sorry, I read the manga and didn't really watch the anime. I got to watch as, like, the first time she shows up, she looks like the most generic, boring mook that you could possibly have. And watching her turn into someone interesting and that you care about is really kind of what I am here for in, I guess, shonen storytelling. Kind of like the reason I'm so into One Piece. And I guess Hunter x Hunter is when you can really take a character and flesh them out and take somebody who looks so fucking boring and generic and make them into something that you give a fuck about. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he did do a very good job of like introducing a lot of really characters who were much more interesting than like the main cast.
Yeah. Oh god. I mean, it's gone. It's not hard.
You know,
fuck's sake.
Remember when we used to think that Naruto was like one of the most basic characters like in the show? I feel like in some way Gon is very reflective of that, and like all the characters around Naruto were like, oh wow, they're so much cooler.
Yeah, they were much better.
Jesus,
But later in the series, I remember Zavel was like immediately saying like, you know what, Naruto's actually becoming a little bit more interesting, you know?
Well, the only reason why is because he became a little bit more reflective and realized how dumb he was, and so that was that was kind of fun to see, for him going to impulsive like, oh wow, that was a really bad idea.
Yeah.
But like you never really see Gon do that. You just have like the much more interesting Phantom trope. You get Frollo Lucifer, you get the weird mafia world, and you just basically get all this complicated shenanigans. And that was like basically Togashi at his best, where it's like these aren't like big arcs built around objectives. These are just like me digging out, because like, you know, for me, like I think the Hunter x Hunter world isn't like the most well developed. Like, you know, whatchamacallit, the Naruto world or the One Piece world, you feel like you have all these big regions, you get a good sense of the culture, you got all these varied settings. Well, I feel like the Hunter x Hunter world is like a very small sandbox, but each section of the sandbox is like 10, 20 feet deep. Because like I feel like we don't know much about the world, but like when he finds something interesting he wants to get into, he'll go into it. Like, did you enjoy the little fucking sojourn with the what was it, the counterfeit pottery?
Yeah, okay, that was actually interesting. Sadly, that was actually one of the few times I've enjoyed an arc with Gon, because he had to shut up, sit down, and learn something, which was mostly counterfeit pottery.
That's always what Togashi when he's at his best, when he's like, so, all right, so what would you rate this arc, though? Would you give it like a higher end?
Yeah. I give it an 8. I liked it. I was enjoying myself.
And what do you think of this subversion of expectations, where it doesn't end with a big fight with Kurapika for fighting Frollo, but instead it's just a hostage exchange where nothing happens?
I did enjoy that. I did enjoy it. It's like it's if you can actually just kind of get, it's always kind of fun to see that kind of thing, especially out of shonen, which just you expect there to be a punch fest at some point. There's going to be a punch fest, and every time there isn't, every time there's that there's some sort of other solution. It's interesting to see that.
What is it called? It's like subversion of expectations.
There it is.
Yeah. That word.
Yeah, it was definitely like Togashi going against the grain, and then the major thesis that, like, you know, Kurapika revenge isn't going to make him happy. So ultimately, Kurapika shouldn't focus on killing people and rather just getting his comrades' eyes back. And the kind of theme that, like, Kurapika's not a good Avenger, in the sense that, like, Kurapika's nature is much more gentle, and you know, following revenge and being so anal is ultimately going to, like, be worse for his overall well-being.
Yep.
And his friends are trying to look out for him to make sure he goes down the right path.
So, all right, on to the next arc. The weird, like, for me, the Greed Island arc was always strange, because on one hand, like, I think it's like really boring, like you know, just to go into a video game world. But at the same time, like, I could watch or read Greed Island again, and I'd probably find it just as entertaining each time.
I'll let Zavel talk.
Again with the ups and downs, I'm not as interesting or as interested in. It was okay. Again, anything with Gon in it is kind of boring.
But did you enjoy the introduction of Biscuit Kruger, the character with the most fun name to say?
Yes. Okay. Yes. That is part of what fucking saved that shit, is Biscuit fucking Kruger.
And of course the weird MMO card game mechanics where you've got the cards that do weird things and have effects and blah blah blah.
Honestly, it just felt like the editors just roused Takashi as look, I understand you have been playing video games for what, 3 weeks straight. I need you to get the fuck out of the apartment. No, get the fuck out of the apartment and start drawing again. I don't wanna. I swear to God, look, Yorkshin was great. Fuck it, just do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Oh, I want to be playing video games. Look. Just write an arc about video games. All right, I guess. Fine, I'll write a video game or write an arc about a video game I want to play.
I don't really love Greed Island, but I still think it's surprisingly far more engaging than it has any right to be.
I mean, yeah, that's a lot of Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, that is true. Taking something that seems like it should be a terrible idea, something that shouldn't be entertaining, but then somehow managing to make it strive forward.
It's like World of Warcraft, hardcore death mode.
And it is still better than Sword Art Online.
Yes.
Seriously, fuck Sword Art Online.
God, I should force you to read the forbidden chapter of Sword Art Online, the infamous 16.5 chapter.
What the fuck is?
What is that?
What? Oh God! All right.
Is this some weird perverted chapter?
Yes.
Where he's
it's
have
a very
sex with his
graphic
cousin.
Sex scene, and then he says 2 years worth of semen flowed into Asuna.
What?
Oh my God.
Okay. What the?
I'll find a link for you and I'll send it to you after.
Is this somebody's
No,
terrible?
No, this is the official thing. This is the thing that the guy was paid by the publisher to write.
What?
Yes.
Okay, fuck this. You know
And
what?
the
Stop the
editor,
fucking
took it
review. I
down,
need to
right?
see.
The
Oh
editor
my
took
God!
it
I
down.
found it. Wait, this is text. This is all text.
Yes, it's all text because Sword Art Online is a light novel. That's where it all comes from.
Okay. Oh. What? Also, I just hate-
Jesus.
I hate light novels.
You should go to the last chapter or the last paragraph where they have the infamous line, but the rest will probably take you a little bit longer to read through, unless you're just skimming through the dirty.
I'm skimming through it because I'm not actually close reading this shit. You fucking stupid. I'm not reading every word of this. This is terrible.
Give us any things that stand out for you if you'd like.
I mean, the part about apparently there's an ethics code thing you have to turn off in the video game. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, jeez. What?
Every time my penis twitched, fireworks would go off in my head.
Oh my God.
2 years worth of semen made a glopping noise as it flowed endlessly into Asuna. That is the least erotic thing I think I've ever read. I'm pretty sure I have negative erection, if that is possible. Glopping is just that is not a word you want to ever use when you're trying to get someone off. Glopping. Oh, Jesus Christ. Her bouncing breasts also sent large amount of sweat flying about. Again. Whether completely, I guess
that
the-
one's more okay, I guess. Than
I guess, but Jesus Christ, like what are you doing? Are you fucking?
I didn't think this was like a erotic hentai novel. Apparently, I mean,
Sword
I guess
art
it
is
is.
very mature story for very mature boys.
I thought it was just etchy. There wasn't like going to be full blast like.
No, there was a full
novel.
blast. It was apparently 2 years worth of full blast. A full blast of glopping noise.
Okay, steering back to Greed Island, the far more family friendly. Did you like the bomber?
Glop.
So, 2 questions. Did you like the bomber, and what do you think of the introduction of Hatsu?
Wait,
All right.
it wasn't just Hatsu. Also, it was what was it called? The Ko ability.
Yeah.
Lots of other abilities.
Yeah, every fucking time I think Nen couldn't get more fucking complicated, it gets more fucking complicated.
I think Tagashi reached his peak when he like introduced the fucking Hatsus, and I fucking love the Hatsus. I love the I could do this, but I have this rule which allows me to do this during then.
Yeah. The rules were kind of the most fun. And like both the rules and finding out what kind of like you just have to kind of wonder. It's like, what kind of Nen user would I be? What kind of rules would I set for myself?
The larger the restrictions, the more powerful the ability.
I feel like Isaac's restriction would have to be like, I have to be angry to use this. Which honestly isn't much of a restriction, but I mean.
It would be even scarier. He has to be happy and smiling all the time.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I love the restrictions, and I love how he after this point he just kind of I guess you had some Hatsu abilities before with like Prolo Lucifer stuff, but
and yeah, like literally everything Kurapika does.
Yeah, true. His fucking Nen chains. And like his was a great example of I can only use these badass chains when I'm in Emperor time, and I can only use them against the spiders. And although I think fucking Killua won out on the Nen powers.
Yeah.
Just like what is Gon's rock paper scissors, and he mostly just rocks and hits shit really hard.
Yeah, it's just rock, paper, scissors.
And I like how Gon used all the principles of Nen to develop his own abilities.
It seemed like it was a lot of effort to just, put some energy in your fist and hit something.
Yeah. But there was also, his paper ability, which is part, emission.
But he never uses it, and it doesn't it just shoot a laser beam that doesn't really even do that much damage.
Shoots like a ball of Nen. He used it once against in the Chimera arc against the bat and the rhino, or was it bat and the owl?
It was the bat and the owl.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think is when I like to imagine a power, I'm Luffy, I'm flying, I'm I don't have to walk through New York City, I'm flying with my stretchy arms. Ooh, that's a fun fantasy. Oh, I can make Kage Bushins and have a bunch of people do my own work for me. That's a fun fantasy. What's the fantasy if I can play rock, paper, scissors?
There's a lot of skill in rock, paper, scissors.
No, there's not, Greg. It's fucking chance.
Apparently it is, You know
what, Greg?
Even
fine.
JoJo
Let's Junkenpo this fucking shit. Come on, let's go.
But even in JoJo, it was you have to beat me in rock, paper, scissors, or interesting bad shit happens to you. With Gon, it's I'm going to hit you with my super punch, or I'm going to cut you with a laser sword, or I'm going to shoot a little puffball at you. They're just all variations on throwing shit at people.
But they also state the idea of rock, paper, scissors, it's like a psychological game as well. Where it's
it's psychological games for idiots. It's like in Chainsaw Man. when Power has fucking has a fucking nerd glasses on.
Well, a little bit to tantalize you on Chainsaw Man. There's this great chapter where like the main guy, Chainsaw Man, and his new demon best buddy Power, they have to go through a training arc, and they keep on literally getting killed by the guy. So Zavil,
Okay.
you want to tell them what happens in Chainsaw Man?
So they basically like, okay, we have to like, this sucks. This guy just keeps kicking our ass all the time, and this is miserable because we don't get to like do stuff like lay around and eat and not get murdered all the fucking time, and that's bullshit. Okay, we have to do something about this, but he's strong, so what do we fucking do? What if we like thought about what to do? Shit, I feel smarter already. Okay, we need to come up with a plan. Fuck, that is an amazing idea.
Okay.
In the next chapter, they wear glasses. And
They're both just wearing glasses and trying to look as smart as possible.
because they want to be like,
It's like
smart.
or like it's basically like the idiot's version of like trying to be the thinking man. It's like, shit, we need to be smart. What do we do? Fuck it, let's put on glasses. Okay, shit, I already feel smarter. What's our plan?
We need to be smart characters like in a manga.
Yeah.
Okay.
So rock, paper,
All right.
scissors.
So yeah, that feels like a power based. Jesus Christ, because the character called Power, but that basically feels like the ability version of that. It's well, I need to feel smart. What if I play rock papers? I like playing rock paper scissors. Are you fucking serious? Jesus Christ, you're boring. You're playing a fucking game. There's 3 outcomes. Fuck's sake, you literally just lived through a video game, and apparently you like playing rock paper scissors. Fuck. Like these are the conditions you thought up for your god damn it. Can we please go back to Kurapika and Kurapika and Leorio? Just anyone else. Gang, please, let's go back to your abusive, terrible father. I guess maybe not abusive, since he's literally never there.
Absent, maybe.
I guess your absentee father, because to be abusive, he'd need to be anywhere.
Yeah.
All right. So
in your life.
So what's your rating for the whatchamacallit arc? The good old the bad Great Island.
Go back to a 7. It's not terrible. It's not great.
Yeah, I think that's fair. It's entertaining. Gives a good pillar for Gon to like overcome. Although it was kind of funny how it's like only Gon could defeat the bomber when it felt like Kurapika.
Literally anyone could kick his ass. Yeah.
Like Biscuit probably could have with very little effort. Killua probably wouldn't have had much problems either.
Yeah.
But hey,
All right. So
now we're into the final stretch. 2 more arcs to go through. And this is the big one. This is the doozy. This is the super arc. The Chimera Ant arc.
Oh, this was good. I mean, Gon was in it, so whatever. But
No sign of Kurapika.
that
Or
said, I
Leorio.
do love pot clean.
Yes.
That is probably like, Togashi definitely outdoes himself in terms of the Nen abilities.
Jesus, I fucking love pot clean. That is an amazing ability. I wish I had that ability.
To tax
Like
people on their Nen.
that is just absolute fucking bullshit, and it is amazing power. My fucking hats off to that guy. Jesus Christ.
So I guess you really enjoyed the side characters. You enjoyed the introduction of Moral. You enjoyed fucking Knuckle.
Oh yeah. Again, like the first time you see him, you think he's a fucking complete goddamned moron and completely useless. But no. Apparently he has math. He has all the math.
Well, the best part I love about that ability is it seems like, because like how they have the data books and whatever, and like, there are all these like theory crafting videos online, like who could beat who? Who could beat Superman? Oh my God, Superman is 12,000 BTI and Goku is a power level of 40 billion gigajoules, and it felt like Togashi was like, okay, it was basically like, oh, you think that's cute with your power level bullshit? Hold my beer.
Like, here is a man who can combine with like some sort of fucking chameleon to beat the ultimate fucking badass. I mean, provided the chameleon can hold his fucking breath.
And just adding up interest.
Oh god, though, I love the way this arc ended.
Yeah, it has like one of the best endings, like in terms of like brilliantly subverting expectations. And it's also kind of like, this is an interesting comparison I've been dying to make with you, in terms of like, it's very similar to The Promised Neverland, but I feel like the Chimera Ant arc handles it much better. Because we get to see the formation of the Chimera Ant Society, and we get to see what their sort of world looks like, and then it has this like really pitch black, thesis that like, for as cruel as these ants might be, they're just merely creatures of nature, and they will never compare to the malice of man.
Oh, the god, that was so good. Oh, that was so good.
The malice, man.
And it's like
just like
fucking Isaac, just like, okay, like, no, seriously, just surrender.
Netero?
Like, yeah, it's Isaac Netero.
Yeah,
Netero,
that's right.
But yeah. So just like, just look, just give up. We'll give you your own little fucking reserve. It'll be fine. Maybe I underestimated you. No, fuck you. I still feel like there's some sort of like weird, stupid catchphrase in there, but you fucking mess with the chimp, you get the like suitcase nuke. That's basically it. You mess with the chimp, you get the fucking suitcase nuke.
What's also amazing about that is that, like, I feel like if anyone else tried to pull that shit off, it would have come off as like, super try hard, edgy, like, 1990s anime. Why are we fighting? No!
Yeah, whereas this was just like, okay, look. You want to know why I'm the Super King Big Nuts apex predator on this planet? It's not the fucking claws. We don't have those, or the teeth. We don't have those. I don't have scales. You know what it is? You really want to fucking know what it is? Spite. If you piss us off, we will literally never stop trying to kill you. Ever. Under any circumstances. We will actually just fuck ourselves over trying to wreck your shit. And that is something you will just never do. Incidentally, this is radiation. Have fun!
That was beautiful, that like the royal guards and the king becomes more powerful than ever, and it's like, who's gonna kill the king? And oh no, radiation poisoning. He just dies in the most anticlimactic way. They all die in the most anticlimactic way. Pufu dies after
it's like we have to send in the hunters, only they can stop this. What if we just nuke the ants? Oh yeah, I guess we could fucking do that. Fucking nuke the ants.
But at least
I guess that is like the really dark part about this. Gon losing his powers, everyone who died. It's just like, really, it probably just could have been stopped if they just fucking nuked them to start with.
It's all the NGL's fault, because they didn't want any like higher technology in that country.
Well, remember, the NGL is just a front for like a drug running thing. Like that's what works so beautifully about the Chimera Ant arc, is that like, it starts off by like, showing the sort of like horrors of man. You've got the gyro backstory, and then you've got the NGL, and you see it's just a front for like a drug running den.
What did you think of Gyro?
Togashi,
tell me that's not the greatest
character
intro
who never
to
comes
the
back
greatest
again.
Villain ever.
I want him to come back. I want to know what the fuck is happening. Because,
that's Togashi at his best. He just comes up with like weird tangents, goes full stop, and maybe they'll come back. Who knows? Maybe there'll be some big payoff. Maybe there won't. But did you also notice how, like, in the very beginning of the arc, how all the cute little characters from the Hunter exam make a reappearance and then they get brutally murdered?
Yes. Honestly, this is a part of why I love this arc so much. It's like, okay, all right, okay, look, all that shonen bullshit going out the window. Gon doing his Super King Big Nuts fucking Super Saiyan transformation. No more powers. We're done. That big super awesome fucking Chimera Ant that kind of looks like Cell that no one could defeat. Nuked him. Done. Your mentor character that everyone was kind of hoping that one day you'd like get like a wise fatherly nod out of. Dead. Why? Spite.
Yeah, I just certainly love how, like, the darkness keeps on escalating. And, well, so this is, now we can get into, like, the Gon moral, because, like, the whole idea is that Gon is the moral heart of a child, blah, 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 pure of heart, he thinks it can fix kite. And then when he sees that he can't, we see him slowly slip away.
He goes into, like, a childlike rage. Like,
he just, like, once he realizes that the world he lives in doesn't operate off of standard shonen logic.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you'd get a similar reaction out of Luffy if he ever realized that the world just doesn't function off of Shonen Punch logic, which it's One Piece. It will always function off of Shonen Punch logic. It is built on Shonen Punch logic.
Yeah.
As seen by the time he punched a world noble. But anyway, like, this is basically the kind of, I guess Greg's sort of right. This is the deconstruction of that, is what happens when a shonen character realizes the world he lives in doesn't fucking work like that. And Gon just flips his fucking shit. And I think it's really funny because after everything wraps up, that's kind of it for Gon, is he just goes back to a simpler life where he can continue pretending that the world fucking works like that and everything is cool, everything is fine, and he doesn't really have to dig deeper into something that makes him really fucking uncomfortable. He gets to play around with Killa, and that's kind of it.
Well,
he just goes home.
There's an interesting thing I noticed upon like a second viewing, reading, or like paying attention, and that, like, the Chimera Ant arc is like kind of like the destruction of Killua's friendship with Gon, in the sense that, like, first Killua loves being with Gon because he reminds him of what it's like to be a child. Then he sort of sees, like, that being a child, like, doesn't necessarily translate very well in an adult situation with adult morality. So then, he's like, I'm going to repair you, but then that's it. And then they both say hello, and then Killua says, you know what, I'm going to go pal around with my brother, sister. Let's just say sister, because, Luca identifies as female. I'm going to go pal around with my sister around the world, and I found a new purpose. And then there's this scene in the manga, and it's in the anime too, it's very subtle, where they turn around and they say goodbye, and you can see the sort of pained expression on each other as they sort of come to the unspoken realization that their friendship is, like, over, or at least on a break for a while.
Yeah.
But, like, but this is why I don't think Hunter x Hunter is a deconstruction of shonen. To have a full deconstruction, you'd have to, like, operate on the morals of shonen storytelling, which is, like, friendship is the best, everyone loves friendship, power of friendship overcomes all obstacles, and say, like, you know what, friendships decay, or some friendships are false, or some friendships, basically it would be the equivalent of, like, Bon Clay coming, a deconstruction of shonen would be like Bon Clay comes to visit Luffy like 20 years in the future, and when it's Luffy's Pirate King, and then Luffy, like, kind of treats him like shit, and he's like, oh yeah, you're that guy. I'm too big britches Pirate King. Deal with you. Could you like leave?
No, I feel like a better deconstruction would just be like, they kind of meet each other, and rather than like this glorious reunion, it's just kind of an even blend. Like, oh yeah, we had some good times. Talk about it a little bit, have a beer, and then just. At the end of the day, it's just like, all right, I guess I'll see you around. Bye. And that's just it. It's just like there was no, like, well, fuck you, I'm better than you or anything. It's just like, oh yeah, no, we used to hang out. We did some cool shit together. I guess that's it.
And
we
then
really haven't talked ever, so
we have nothing to
bye.
talk about.
Yeah, pretty much.
wait, we still got to talk about the Gon healing arc.
We'll get to that. That's the
with
election. Let's finish from talking about deconstruction. Let's stay focused. We're getting towards the end of this. Let's keep this in order. All right. So, I think Hunter x Hunter Togashi bends the rules a little bit, but I don't think he completely deconstructs the shonen genre entirely. I still think Hunter x Hunter is a power friendship story, even if there's a little bit of bitterness.
Yeah, I like the idea. Well, I mean, it's slowly getting away from that, and that's kind of what I appreciate. Or maybe, I guess, he's exploring since he doesn't have to worry about Gon so much anymore, and that's something I am 100% all for.
But I don't think it's a complete deconstruction of the shonen genre. I don't think that's the whole point of Hunter x Hunter. I think that's just there's an aspect of it where it's just like it's deconstructing a shonen character. But the real heart of Hunter x Hunter is, the whole going on these tangents and exploring the world and just going deeper and deeper in the sandpit kind of thing.
Although, you know what the funniest thing is? Remember when the series was about, finding rare monsters and unspoken treasures, and then, we spent half of the series not doing any of that shit?
Well, we kind of did in a way. It's like Chimera ants are rare monsters, and...
Yeah, but they're not they're an invasive species. It's not honestly, if Hunter x Hunter was living up to the promise of that prologue that they play in front of the anime or in the very beginning of the very first chapter,
Greed Island is a rare treasure.
No, it's...
Yeah, it is. You really think about it. The video game cartridge, Nen infused video game cartridge, is super rare.
That's still not the same as a classical Jules Verne Boys Adventure thing.
All right, so let's jump
one last
on
item discussion before we wrap it up. At least this part, because I could definitely feel the fatigue. What do you think of Merum's arc, the King's arc?
It kind of dragged a little bit for
Really?
me.
I thought you would have loved it, because he starts out as the most basic bitch shonen villain, and then he's got this beautiful character arc where he feels conflicted.
Okay, yes. Right up until they started playing hide and seek after the weird orgasmic moment where he just ate his subordinates. That is kind of where it started dragging for me, is where they started playing hide and seek with the chibi fucking remains of his subordinates. Oh my fucking god, can we please just get to there's the ending I wanted. That's all I wanted. I just wanted him to find his go playing partner
about that
and fucking die of radiation poisoning. That's all I wanted. This is where I wanted this arc to end. Thank you. I think we're done.
Yeah, so what was your rating for the Chimera Ant?
8.5.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think it had a lot of valleys.
It was a 10.
I think that's a fair rating. I think that'd be more of a 9 for me, but just because I love the ballsy, I love the bitterness, and oh god, Moral with his fucking smokestack. He was such a workhorse of a character, or he had this versatile skill set, and you just saw how he was able to outsmart all of his opponents. And you like Cheetah as just the dumb fuck. You remember Cheeto?
God. Shit. No.
The cheetah guy who was
the really fast.
He puts him in a savannah.
Oh yeah, okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. All right.
So let's move on to the election arc. So, what do you think? Your first Gonless arc.
Thank God.
Well, he's in the hospital bed. He's not completely gone.
Yeah, but he's pretty gone, if you ask me. He's only in there.
Isaac, I prefer you when you're angry. That was terrible. Okay, so Gonless arc. I actually really did enjoy that. It was kind of an interesting look at really weird Nen powers, and those are
Deus
always
Ex
kind
Machina
of fun.
power.
Yeah, I guess so, but a Deus Ex Machina power with some serious drawbacks.
Yeah, that was like
Yes.
Tadashi going into overdrive with the whole Aluka power. Where
Yeah,
it's like, you know,
yeah, that is basically Tagashi going, all right, we're not going to kill Gon. The series isn't over. I'm not done yet. But we are shoving him off the stage. This is an official announcement. That's honestly what I view this entire arc as an official announcement that Gon is no longer going to be an important part of this series. Ging is in, the intricacies of the Hunter organization are in. Gon and his free-spirited bullshit brigade shoved out the fucking door.
yeah.
Don't let it hit you on the way out. Just be happy we didn't put a boot in your ass.
Did you enjoy the introduction of one of my favorite Hunter x Hunter villains, Pariston?
God, he's such an asshole.
I fucking
I don't even know what the
love-
fuck he wants. I don't understand what his shit is. I just know he has an eminently punchable face.
He's like the ultimate. He's just.
He's the ultimate troll.
He's the ultimate troll who just loves using the powers of insincere bureaucracy. He's the power of, like, you know, bullshit HR recruiters that, like, hey, quotas are just there to make it more fun. Hey, would you like to use your assumptive reasoning? Who just smiles at you and you just want to punch him in the fucking face. And I feel like he's the most relatable villain because he's a villain you see every day at your job or in the workforce.
I still don't actually know what they're fighting over, though. It's like, they want to reform the Hunter exams. Great. The fuck are you doing? I feel like that's kind of what when I will put down how much I hate Pariston or not. It's just like, what exactly reforms do you want? Because you can be a smarmy asshole all you want, but if they're good reforms, I'll put up with it.
Well, there are two key things, and they kind of come in the second arc to understanding Pariston. And God, you know what my favorite thing would be?
Thanks, babe.
If you could just stick Pariston, Ging, Hisoka, and Corolla Lucifer in a room for like 10 chapters and just see what happens.
Yes.
See who
That'd be
walks
like-
out
See
alive.
who walks out alive. Tell me you wouldn't watch that shit or read that shit.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I would be all up in that shit.
Because, like, Pariston says that, like, he only feels love when people hate him, and the only thing he enjoys is making things difficult for other people. So it's a symbiotic relationship where he's basically he's the ultimate troll. So he enjoys, trolling the Hunter organization and then just having the election arc go for as long as possible. Not because he gives a shit about any reforms or any good ideas. He just wants to do what the other people hate to see him do.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of like Hisoka, where, like, his motivations are made very apparent, but, like, you never know what's on his mind or what his current goal is, which makes him much more mysterious. When Kurapika, or, for Pariston, it's just, I want to be hated by other people, I want to make things difficult for other people. Because, like, you even see it in, like...
I want to be the biggest pain in the ass humanly possible.
But yeah, you remember when Gon was finally healed, and Gon was like, "Yeah, we should just let Pariston be the chairman. He seems like a responsible person." And Pariston was just like, "That's not the point. I quit."
Yeah.
It's like, oh, God damn it! It's like, just let him be. Just let him do it. It's like, oh God, I don't actually want the responsibility. I just, fuck, God damn it. Great. Now I'm gonna win because fuck Mook said I should. You know what? Fuck it. I'm out.
And the best part is, like...
I'm bored now. You basically ruined my orgasm. I'm gone. Fuck this.
And then poor Shettle, the little Yorkshire Terrier girl, goes up to him and says, what was the point of all that? And then he says...
I was bored.
Yeah, I was bored. You better keep me entertained.
Jesus, you're actually making him like me more. You're actually making me like him more.
I think he's a great fucking villain.
Yep.
I feel like he's this manifestation of stupid bureaucracy and corporate have-at-itness. He's the Amazon guy who smiles saying, "Oh, it's a great thing of opportunity," while, you're being monitored by robots with the potential of being fired if you don't miss your quotas. He's the guy who gives you with a smiling face a little piece of machine, vending machine money, and says, "Thanks for all your hard work." As you get this like condescending swag bucks.
I still can't believe they called them swag bucks.
And that's why I love Pariston, and I hope to see more of him. And that's the best part when like him and Ging are conflicting, and then Pariston's like, "Fuck you,
yeah,
fuck you."
Oh yeah.
Oh god, Ging is just the worst father, but Jesus Christ, he is a delight to have on the screen. He takes the levels of just like Gon doesn't give a fuckitude and just runs with it in the best ways possible.
God, Ging is such a better character than Gon. He's just so smart and so surly and just bitter, but all-knowing and powerful, and you never quite know what he wants.
I feel like I feel like that's what Gon would have eventually gotten to if he hadn't blown his fucking load at, what, 11? Like, I feel like that's kind of what Ging was waiting for. It's like, okay, look, I'm a terrible father. If I just keep avoiding him, eventually he's going to be like 40 and we can have an adult conversation. I don't want to see him at 20. He's going to be optimistic and like excited about shit. 30, he's finally figuring shit out and I don't want to interfere with that. 40, I feel like I can talk to him at 40.
Yeah, that sounds a lot like he just has no patience to talk to a child. And it's like, I don't give a shit until he can hold an adult conversation. I'll wait till then.
Pretty much.
Well,
I mean, I feel like that's just been his attitude the entire time. It's like, okay, we need to like show up and have this meeting of the Zodiacs. Look, I don't want to talk to you animal-looking motherfuckers. I mean, for Christ's sake, is that really the only reason you got elected to the dog seat is you look like a dog? I don't care about your other qualifications. Is that really it? Or did you just, like, take a bunch of Nen contracts to start doing this? Because I'm not fucking doing that. Jesus Christ, it's a terrible idea. I mean, I feel like Pariston's the only one that got the right idea. Look at him. He's wearing a suit and shit. But, I mean, sure, I want to punch the shit out of him. But fuck's sake, guys. What, you look like a monkey? A fuck... You
didn't like the Zodiacs, but I thought you loved the trolls. They all look like the Zodiacs.
No, they fuck. You know what? You don't. Fuck off, Paris.
Oh, you mean
fuck off.
Homestuck?
Yes.
I will say,
That's
like, the
different.
Zodiacs haven't done much. They're basically like the supernovas. They're like empty shells waiting to be filled, hopefully with...
Except Cheadle.
Well, Cheadle's nice.
Yeah, I mean, she does whatever the fuck. I don't know, like, terriers do. And that... I honestly, she's my favorite Zodiac so far. Because she is just so fucking done with everyone's stupid bullshit. Like, she just seems to be the only person interested in actually getting anything done. And I understand and appreciate her just constant rage at Ging and Pariston and everyone else.
Who just keep on making it more difficult.
It's like, can we please have a constructive conversation? I'm going to troll everyone. Oh my fucking God. Can we have a constructive conversation? Nope. I don't care about anything. If this were a Seinen manga, I would just kill all of you and take over this organization, but we're not, so here we are.
My favorite Zodiac is still the cow cop dude. Cow cop.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I like Cow Cop. I think he's got a design that's like kind of like almost badass, but a little stupid. You don't like Cow Cop. All right, so 2 quick questions. One, how would you rate the election arc? And here's the big philosophical question: do you think it should have ended at the silent epilogue chapter? Would you have been satisfied? That could have been the end of Hunter x Hunter. Or are you happy that Togashi decided that there was a little bit more story to tell?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because this is the story without Gon. And that is what I am here for.
And what was your rating for the election arc?
Again, I kind of got to give it an 8.5. Like, I am still enjoying it. And honestly, the current arc is where we're getting into, like... I'm getting into like 9 territory. I'm just like really excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, well, let's not get into it too much, but I want to hear little details about like where you are. Please tell me.
Okay, I like. God, where the fuck am I?
Last I heard, you'd finished the Hisoka fight, and you were like getting into the meat when they're like starting to like go off on the journey. They're introducing the Succession War.
Wait.
Okay,
wait.
so
Hold on. Before we get into that, Lobster, you said that something about. Wait, you guys were mentioning like Jing wants to meet Gon when he's 40, but they had a whole long conversation when Gon finally climbed up the tree using Nan abilities and whatnot, and then they were finally able to talk. Like,
yeah, but that was literally just Gon chasing him down until finally, like, okay, fine. I guess we're talking. We can do this. Fine, climb the fucking tree. I'll talk to you.
First conversation, father and son.
Well,
as opposed to like what I assume Gang's eventual game plan was just like, okay, look, if he just doesn't chase me, everything's gonna be great. just don't tell him anything about me. I'll come back in about 40 years. I have this Nen enhanced lifespan, and we can talk things over like adults, and I can kind of explain the fact that I really fucking hate children. And I couldn't convince his mother to get an abortion, so here we are. And I guess we can hang out now if you want a beer or something, or want to ride around doing giant animals.
That was funny though, because that scene felt like the closest, like, of Hunter x Hunter stating its themes, that like, the whole purpose of Hunter x Hunter is like, not so much exploration or adventure, but like going on a journey and the places that journey will take you. And that, like, that's what Ging is always like chasing after, and
not the end result of the journey, but the
journey itself.
The actual.
Yeah.
But
all right. So where am I now?
Well, just give us a little taste about what's going on and how much you're enjoying the beginning of the Dark Continent in the
Kurapika is basically just being drawn into the utter fucking shit flipping bullshit that is the Nen beasts, the bodyguards, the assassins, and all of the political intrigue around this succession bullshit. And I am really enjoying this because it's really cool to see somebody with a bunch of, I don't want to say low tier, but like defined, interesting abilities instead of the usual shonen power trip where it's just I basically ignore any and all politics. I ignore any and all situational nuance and just punch my way through any and everything in my way. It's interesting to see somebody who has interesting restrictions and situational powers and how they use them to navigate a difficult and complex situation, and that is really good to read. That's interesting and it's fun to kind of go through, like kind of what he has to deal with.
Anime
when just like an assassin is like holding a gun on a baby, and it's just like, I mean, if it had been Gon, he just would have punched the assassin until the baby was saved. But with Kurapika, it's just like, okay, so I have like a whole shit ton of stuff I have to think about. Just like a whole bunch of like planning, and then when he finally manages to stop the guy, like he swallows a fucking suicide tablet, and all of a sudden, just, well, fuck you.
I'm so glad, because like as it gets on, it just gets more and more complicated. There are just more and more fucking layers deposited on it, and it basically, becomes this like little seinen power struggle.
Yeah, and that's really kind of what I'm excited for. I feel like I've been reading so much fucking battle manga, and this is kind of a nice turn where you've still got that like battle manga power structure and that ever so interesting thing that you get out of battle manga, which is always the power system and the layers of the power system and how it works. But now we've kind of got this more nuanced, interesting look at how the world works around this power system. Yes, fucking bureaucracy. And I don't even know it's bureaucracy, but like just the political intrigue that would obviously spring up if you had people with these abilities. It kind of feels like I'm getting to like lift that curtain and go into what the One Piece world must be like if you're not constantly looking at it through the eyes of fucking Luffy, the Pirate King, and instead start looking at it through the eyes of
average security guard Joe.
I was gonna say maybe not Dragon, but some of the like
Sengoku.
Maybe Sengoku, but just through the eyes of like some of the mid-level people in Dragon's army. where it's like there are clearly shit. There's clearly stuff you should be worried about. There's hockey and awakened devil fruits and all different kinds of devil fruits, and like, well, okay, are we secure here? Can we have this conversation, or should we be worried about somebody who ate the fucking ear fruit, who has no fucking combat ability, but maybe made it to the rank of like Marine Lieutenant and is now currently listening to our conversation because he turned the fucking bottom of my chair into a fucking ear or some bullshit and is currently like waiting for us so he can tell his commanding officer so he can buster call the entire fucking island or something. And I was like, I finally feel like I get that curtain lifted back, and this is the shit that I am here for. It's why I'm like I'm always saying that fucking the most interesting people in Harry Potter aren't the main characters. It's everyone in the background that I want to know more about.
Well, you're getting the smorgasbord. Like, pretty much it's like a murderer's row of, like, all your favorite side hunters. Krapika's Nentor's there. Melody's there.
And all the bodyguards and all their motivations and all their aspirations. Oh, snap.
No!
Zavil disconnected again.
Yeah, let me try reconnecting, and I'm going to reconnect. There we go.
All right.
All right. So let's wrap this up. This has been a very fun discussion. If you had to, you want to get your headphones on?
No. Now my fucking mic setup is fucked. So
all right,
for whatever fucking reason, so now I'm using the standard mic off my laptop because
we'll just deal with
you,
that.
I guess.
We'll just deal with that for now. So what do you think of the spiders? And the whatchamacallit, the 2 questions. What do you think of the long-anticipated Crollo versus Hisoka fight? And what would you rate this arc so far?
Good. Holy shit, that was worth it.
Was that worth the wait?
Oh yeah. Oh god, that was so worth it. That was just fucking so funny. It was just, this is everything I've wanted. I've been waiting for this. Oh yes, this is gonna be, oh god, this is not what I wanted. Oh god, this is not what I wanted at all. Oh fuck. Oh no, everything is going wrong. Oh shit.
Hisoka's so used to being like the apex predator, like playing with his food, like giving them enough of an advantage so it makes it fun and interesting. But when he actually loses, he goes like completely unhinged, and he's like, okay, that's it. I'm no more fucking messing around anymore. We're not playing by any fucking rules anymore.
Yep. Yeah. And just fucking Lucifer just going like, okay, look, just look, asshole. I'm so done with your fucking shit. All right. You chased me until I guess we're finally fucking doing this. And by this, I mean, I guess I'm just going to kick your ass.
Yeah. And it was fucking great to see, like, Crollo go all out. And then just, like, God, that fight, I want to see that fight animated so fucking badly.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so amazing.
All right, so what would your initial rating be from your first impressions of the Dark Continent so far? If you had to, what's it leaning towards? And then your final thoughts about Hunter x Hunter overall.
God, I'm giving this like a 9.5. I honestly have no idea what the fuck this is leading to, because there's so much shit going on at the same time in this weird fucking whale ship. I'm still so confused by that fucking whale ship, but it's here. It's a whale ship, and like I honestly don't know what the fuck to expect out of the Dark Continent, because just Jesus Christ, I don't even know anymore. Like that's the thing, is just Hunter x Hunter, just shotguns all over the place, just winging back and forth between like, oh, here's an assassin's family, and now they're going to deal with the mafia and play video games, and
the 9 calamities.
oh my god, there are giant evil ants. What? Fuck it. I guess we're doing an election arc now, and we're going to a new continent. Also, apparently the world is flat, and it's bordered by insanity? Which is not something I expected. I guess that map is actually accurate.
And then when they're going to the Dark Continent, suddenly Togashi feels like, hey, I read some interesting articles about fucking Saudi Arabia, so we're going to have this entire Saudi Arabia death match in this fucking arc as well.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I honestly don't know what the fuck we're leading up to. Fuck, I don't.
But you're ready for the adventure. You're ready for the ride. You're ready for the Gomless universe.
Yeah. Oh god, yes. Oh Jesus Christ. I kind of want, because they've made a little bit of talk over how there are like multiple ranks of Hunter. I'm curious to see if this is when we get to see some of our side characters or some of our new main characters reach those levels, or maybe we'll come back and God knows what the fuck Kurapika's doing. I'm sorry, not Kurapika. God knows what the fuck Killa's doing and all of this shit. Maybe we'll come back and he'll be like a second rank hunter or something. Who fucking knows?
1-star hunter. Yeah, there's that.
Maybe they're gonna take a late ship to the new continent, the Dark Continent.
We'll have to wait and see. I have no idea, but all I know is I can't wait to come back once you're caught up and then discuss about how complicated, because as complicated as it is now, there are several layers that you haven't seen yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you see the spiders on the ship yet? And what their antics are yet?
God, not yet. And I'm still waiting for Beyond to just do the obvious evil reveal.
I honestly still don't know.
Unless of course we get like a Harmony moment, and all of a sudden he's drawn like much nicer and sweeter, and all of a sudden we see like the classic Isaac Netero look, except just, I guess, younger. Who knows? I honestly don't know what the fuck he wants to do, other than the fact that he's just going to show up and just dick around.
Yeah, that's pretty apt.
I think it would be fucking hysterical if, like, they get to the Dark Continent and, like, okay, great, we're here. What do you want? I want to add to my rock collection. You what? Yeah, look, I mean, I understand the Dark Continent is just an absolute fucking shit fit horror show, and that's why I wanted to get the most powerful people together so I can collect the weirdest fucking rocks. Oh my god, look at that thing. It's floating. It's a floating rock. Does anyone else have a floating rock? No? Well, it's fucking mine now.
Hey, what do you think? Do you think Jing is technically his interest in the Dark Continent? He said that his great grandfather went to there, and he still might be alive on there. Is that Jing's ultimate goal? And is that like kind of like a reflection of what John's goal is?
I mean, maybe, but honestly, I just kind of see him just like, you know, what if I just went to fuck with Pariston?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't actually have anything better to do, and you know, what if I just went and fucked with that guy mercilessly for like years? Because fuck that guy.
Yeah, I think that's about as good of a motivation as I could think of. It makes the most sense.
God, I wonder if we'll get like a second, like, magical boner out of Pariston at some point. Like midway through the Dark Continent, everything is terrible. He has just been on everybody's shit list for like 3 days, and just Ging finally just like lays into him, just drops the like I'm so done with this, and just lays into him and like lists out the reason why he hates him more than life itself and has always hated him. It's like everyone looks uncomfortable, and you just see like this giant bulge in Paris's suit. And just like, what are you getting off on this? Yeah, I mean, don't stop. I've waited 3 years for this.
That would be amazing. All right, so this has been a fun sojourn for me and Goro to go back to Hunter x Hunter Land. Finally got good old Zavul in here with us. We'll see whenever he catches up, and who knows, maybe we'll do week to week when, Hunter x Hunter comes back from its hiatuses, which so far there's been no indication. It's been completely silent. And, I'd be a little bit more, well, you know what? What's interesting is that, like, he'll come back, he'll do a volume's worth of work, and then he just goes away.
Yeah.
Just 10 chapters, and then I'm done. So we'll have to wait and see. But thank you for hanging out with us. Leave a comment. I love reading your comments, and who knows? Maybe we'll, do more of these if I have the emotional energy to try and drag these people through. That's always what it matters. Is like,
It is fun watching you just flip your ever-loving shit trying to get these things together.
Yeah.
Well, just watch when I finally pull the trigger on doing this as a live stream, and then you guys are making money. There you go. You'll be able to finally leave wage cuckery, as they say amongst the e-celebrities, and get those YouTube
wage cuckery.
Yeah.
Who says that? Is it you? Is it just you? Is it just you that fucking says that?
No, I've heard it in other places on the internet. Well,
From who? Who the fuck are you listening to, and why? Jesus Christ! Do I need a fucking intervention for you? Is the Bitcoin going to your head?
The Bitcoin.
When you like the YouTube dollars, man? The
I mean,
money?
yes, but Jesus Christ!
Although, yeah, I know that's like politically charged language at this point.
I mean, mostly I'm just like, what the fuck? You sound like a jackass. Is what I'm saying.
I think it's meme language
like
tried to be
interested
incorporated
in
into political language.
Isaac.
Yeah.
Because sweet Jesus, that's all I fucking heard out of you for the last 3 weeks is the incremental amounts of Bitcoin you've managed to accrue by some sort of weird process involving anime tits.
What? Wait, is this something I don't know about, or is this something that...
Yes. Isaac has basically been not jerking off to anime tits because he wants Bitcoin to do things with, and by things, I'm pretty sure he means invest by just leaving it there and hoping the market crashes because it's an unregulated economy. Am I anywhere close to the fucking mark here? Because
you're not far off.
How much time have you spent on this? Because again, with the you have the emotional time to burn on this, but apparently you have a shit ton of emotional time to invest on minuscule fractions of bitcoins that come from staring at really sleazy anime bullshit games.
Wait,
So
from anime bullshit
let me
games?
explain. So I went to another faucet.
Please do, because someone else needs to hear this.
So I went to this other faucet outside of the free Bitcoin one, the one you referred to me in. And so
Yep.
what they do is they give you like survey offers, and then they give you coins, which can be exchanged for Bitcoins, and then you cash out those Bitcoins when you reach a certain threshold. So I did this really big one where it gave me 150,000 coins, which is worth about $15. And what they did is they so that thing was like doing this thing called Game Kit.
What? What? Wait, I can't hear. What?
Oh god, that just puts everything into perspective when you said that.
It exponentially grows after
So
interest.
you know, to get that,
$15.
so to get that, I had to do this thing called Game Kit, and I had to level up my account to level 7 or 12 or whatever to get qualify for the points. And basically, Game Kit is kind of similar to that quest mode thing you play, Greg, where you get like little bits of money, and you play these shitty free to play games. You install them, and you get points and experience, and you can spend those points and get more crypto coin vouchers. So I was playing this shitty, you know that, like, you've probably seen commercials all over on, like, illegal anime sites and illegal manga sites for League of Angels 3. So I grinded my way up in that stupid League of Angels until I got to fucking level 100, just so I could complete my experience goal, and I converted all those points into more Bitcoins.
Which, incidentally, if you want to see what Isaac has been doing to with his time, Google image search League of Angels.
Yeah, it's kind of terrible and awful. And
No, seriously, do it right now. I will fucking wait.
I'm going to look it up.
It's really depressing. It's really fucking depressing.
I think I've seen images of it.
You have. It's been everywhere. It's like one of those fucking Korean like mock MMOs that's not really in an MMO, and it's just basically like a slot machine that gives you like that tries to steal real money. So and like it keeps on adding new mechanics, but the new mechanics are just like
free to play to win, basically.
yeah, exactly. You can get opal shards and magic shards and upgrade your battle ranking and your armor ranking and your fucking alchemy ranking, and it basically just gives you more and more bullshit to like spend more and more imaginary money to like have an imaginary number and feel better about yourself. And the funniest thing is like you don't even play the game. You could like literally put it in autoplay where it just like, you know, does like RPG turn-based combat that you don't even control and just plays itself.
For $15.
Technically, it was like $15, but then I was able to use the points I used in GameKit to get more Bitcoins, so now I got $70 of Bitcoins.
How long
You
is
got
this
70
taking
from
you?
Bitcoins?
Yeah.
How long is this taking you?
A little too long. Longer than I'd like to admit.
Give me a number. Give me like a quantifiable fucking number to go with all your shitoshi faucet bullshit. Look, despite the fact that I'm about your fucking age, I'm too fucking old for this bullshit. Give me a quantifiable amount of time it took you to earn $17.
Like $70. Then the $15.
Wait, how much?
Well, I got $70 from playing the bullshit free-to-play games.
Okay. How long did it take you?
Probably like 20, 25 hours. I don't know, maybe. But the good thing about the League of Angels is I can...
Have you heard of sunken costs before?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Well, John McAfee says that Bitcoin's going to be worth $1 million by 2020. And so, hypothetically, my Bitcoin is worth $40,000 on that evaluation. Yeah.
You know, this is why I invest in the faucet itself, with just like clicking a button every once in a while. Where button click doesn't cost me that much time.
Shut up, Greg! How much fucking money? How many satoshis are you getting from my referral?
No. fuck this. You know what? We're doing this. All right, Isaac, you've heard of Fiverr, right? The bullshit, terrible, exploitative bullshit website.
Yes.
Now, assuming for whatever bullshit fucking reason you decided to go back there and grind $5 worth of shit for, I don't know, 25 hours. Let's say you somehow managed to get, I don't know. Fuck. I don't know. Whatever the fuck many jobs, okay? And fuck. Just fuck, dude. You could literally be making $5 at a larger rate and then just dump that into the Bitcoin. Rather than play with anime tits, you could literally just have like some sort of, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, bullshit side hustle out of Fiverr that you just dump into Bitcoin that would make you more money and therefore more Bitcoin to maximize your eventual bullshit Bitcoin profits in the year 2020.
But freemium is freemium.
But I'm the winner.
Greg, fuck.
I survived.
If we're gonna do this, if we're going to take this bullshit, shitty, dumb bullshit, fuck.
Is that actually a better rap?
Jesus Christ, you have me as angry as you normally are. Just for fuck's sake, just do it logically. Just come up with some dumb bullshit scheme to make actual money and funnel it into this crapshoot of a fucking project. Just Jesus Christ, just go work on Fiverr or TaskRabbit. I don't know. I don't care. Just whatever the fuck, and then funnel it into Bitcoin, and then you can have
play shitty
throw your
games.
computer screen or something instead of the fucking weeaboo anime titties for like 25 hours a
And
week.
it was also the tank game. I also played the tank game. That was more
Oh,
time.
did you play the War Machines one or something like
I
that?
think it was War Thunder. There's like too many tank games.
Don't encourage him. Jesus Christ, Craig. I do not encourage him.
Because I've done this quest mode stuff too. Like it helps get me Twitch subs and some cash too every now and then. It's not like not a completely foreign concept to me.
Savil's just like completely disgusted by anyone who would
But-
spend.
The great thing about
hate
it,
you both. I hate you both so much right now. I cannot begin to express how much I'm just fucking done with your shit. There's so many options for you to like make money and dump it into this stupid endeavor that would both earn you more money to dump into this stupid endeavor and not make me hate you so much because of your stupid freemium bullshit.
hold on. Just there's some games where, like, some things where you can only
You're not
do
gonna
like.
make a profit. That's the entire point. They're just piggybacking off of your fucking labor. This is literally quantifiably worse than Uber. This is a worse deal for you than fucking Uber. And Jesus Christ, nothing is a worse deal than fucking Uber.
But you get to play the games. The games.
If you're like, let's say you're sitting on a train, what are you gonna do? Play a game on your phone. Why not?
It's literally not worth my time.
Well, if the game is fun and it happens to make you a little money, like, would you want to play the game?
Is the game fun, Greg? Is it fucking really fun? Wouldn't you rather be playing, I don't know, literally any gen of Pokemon other than...
Look at this game. Shop Titan.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck is wrong with his face? What are you...
It's a game where you play in like fantasy retail, like Dungeons and Dragons retail.
So you basically have a retail job that doesn't pay you minimum wage. I mean, I guess the benefit is you don't have to deal with actual customers that make you want to stab them in the face until they stop moving and then have to go to prison. But I still... Oh, okay. I Am I actually just watching you play this game now? Is this what's happening? What happened to my life? When did I lose control of everything that was good and valuable about my time? Because now I'm not even making the money that you're making watching you play this fucking game.
For cents on the click.
Yes, for cents on the... Not even cents, fractions of cents on the fucking click, if I'm reading this right. Am I reading that right, Isaac?
That's probably it.
But then you get
that's what I fucking thought.
You get the whatchamacallit, you get the interest.
Incidentally, folks, tune in for the Hunter x Hunter. Stay for the rage-fueled banter about Bitcoin. That should be our slogan. That should be our slogan. Just stay for the anime, come for the rage-fueled tangents. Greg, can you make us a banner for that?
come in for the rage. Wait.
Come for the anime, stay for the rage-fueled tangents.
Maybe I could do that. I have to write it down. Come in for the anime. Come in for the anime. Stay for the rage field tangents.
You know what'll make you really angry, Scott Zabel?
Just call me Scott. I don't give a fuck anymore. It doesn't matter. But sure, what will make me angry?
I have like 4,000 points left over, and I want to get like a few more points so I can buy another $10 worth of Bitcoin.
One day, Scott's gonna look back on this and he's gonna be like, "Oh my god, I missed my opportunity to play games for."
God damn it! There's a character limit.
All right, that's
about as close as I can get. There we go. There.
Did you type something in the chat?
He typed it in his little profile.
Fuck, Will, look at my goddamn name.
Oh. Okay. I didn't know you could change your own name like that.
Yeah. You probably did it a while ago.
You did it yourself.
Oh, you know what? It's because I'm on the iPad. I can't see that option.
All right, gents. It has been a pleasure to talk about Hunter x Hunter. When I have the emotional energy, we will come back to discuss more things. Although then again, that's like, oh god, I gotta force Greg to like catch up on shit, and that's like, oh my.
It's gonna be. It might be a little tight. It might be a little hard.
It's very difficult. It's a very difficult negotiation with.
I am always here whenever you want to do stuff, and you're willing to read Homestuck.
Well, the trolls are very.
Can you
weird.
imagine you get paid in Bitcoin for reading Homestuck? Wouldn't that be amazing? Every chapter is just like
if someone
Bitcoin.
wants to pay Lobster Isaac or whatever the fuck he wants to call himself fractions of Bitcoin to read Homestuck, please do. Because apparently that is the only way he will do anything. Is if I pay him like 20 cents a week or something to read Homestuck.
In Bitcoin.
Why not?
And Goro, you should be happy. You're like feeding off my fucking interest that I'm giving you now, right? You're
I am. I'm literally getting fed in Bitcoin right now.
You're getting 100 Satoshi.
Almost doing nothing.
You're getting 100 Satoshis a day just from me doing shit.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it's like a pyramid scheme. It's like the lowest stakes pyramid scheme I've ever fucking heard. Just fucking Christ, dude.
Man,
it's
could
that
build
they
up
have
to
their own form of currency that just serves to disguise how little Bitcoin you're actually getting.
Shut up! It's all valuable.
That tone of voice tells me everything.
I think, one day me and Lobster are actually going to pay each other in Bitcoin to convince each other to do things. And we're going to make this currency like an actual thing between us, and then other people are going to join in.
I have
we're
4 million
hey, do this
Satoshi.
for Bitcoin? for Satoshi or whatever. It's gonna be fun.
All right.
Like, what if I paid you like certain amount of Satoshi to read some kind of manga? Wouldn't that be like extra incentive to read it?
Yeah, that would be. But like, I'd like far more Satoshi.
Where did they even come up with this name? I can kind of understand Bitcoin, but
Satoshi is just like the fractional Bitcoin.
Because
Fractional
100,000 Satoshis equals 1 Bitcoin.
okay.
Or 100 million Satoshis equals 1 Bitcoin.
Okay, you know what? I'm looking it up. All right, apparently it's the people who developed Bitcoin. All right, fine, whatever. I guess at least it has a point. Okay. I'm slowly just God damn it.
You see your friends after so long of not like talking to them face to face, and you realize we're getting sucked into crazy Bitcoin pyramid
Honestly,
schemes,
it's kind
playing
of like
video
if I
games.
came back and I found out you guys were talking about like heroin. And I'm just like, what the fuck is happening with you two? Jesus Christ. Wait, to quote fucking BoJack, what's the phrase? It's like beer before liquor, never been sicker, don't do heroin.
But Satoshi is a wise investment for a new transcendental future of bio-human fortune, and we'll be millionaires.
You know what? Tell me when it can buy me a new bionic body, because then I'll be interested.
All right, fair enough. All right, well, thank you for hanging around for their Hunter x Hunter talk, as well as our digression into the wonderful world of wasting time to get bitcoins and slaving in the digital coal mines. Thanks for hanging around. Leave us a comment, and remember, lobster and potatoes, but don't you grab it.